Great out here. Is that you? Good job, Liam.
But you know, the Philippines.
I know.
Who wants to start? Go ahead, mate.
Coach, obviously you saw Jordan is gonna make her debut today. What's your thoughts on her coming into the MVP?
Uh, you know, obviously we went out and got Jordan, so I'm excited for her to have the opportunity to finally get back on the court, and be with our team. So just excited for her just to have the opportunity to get her feet wet a little bit and have the opportunity to just be back to playing basketball. So I know she's probably excited.
You obviously have more than one player that you lean on heavily in for scoring leadership and team leadership.
Yeah.
So how important is it to have people like Tina, et cetera, to help shoulder the load as you guys adjust to time?
Yeah, obviously missing Ryan, we need somebody, not just one person, but we need everybody stepping up. I think we play a style that allows for the opportunity to be able to do that. And so we have to do a great job of knowing when and where, to make things easier on ourselves. But we need a all in, you know what I mean, mentality when it comes to that. It's not just one person's responsibility.
And somebody like Tina wants a roster because of her experience, because of her resume.
Yeah.
Does she automatically step into a leading role in that regard, or is this something that she carries more of now?
Yeah, no, I think, we have to be smart about where we're going, who we're going, and how we're using people. There's no doubt about that. And having somebody like Tina gives you the luxury of being able to dig in when it comes to that. But I think Tina's mentality always has been, always will be, to be dominant, because that's what she's been throughout her career. I mean, Tina could be 45 playing and think and believe that she's going to be the most dominant player on the court at all times. So that mentality is good, especially for our young players, like somebody like Ryan, to be able to witness and see, as long as the talent is still there.
Going back to Jordan Canada, can you just describe what of an impact that is having a player like Jordan on the floor for you?
Yeah, I think obviously Jordan's experience matters a lot. Having played on two championship teams, having had the experience of playing on great teams, that matters when you're talking about basketball. Just her development over the years, her pace, her speed, being able to push the ball in transition. Us being able to get back to playing with a high pace, I think, is going to be important. And then defensively, Jordan has been somebody who has been top of the league in terms of defensive guard the last couple years, just always being a pass and being able to put some pressure on the ball. So having another player out there that can really do things on both ends of the floor, I think is something that we need and we can use at this point in time. Yeah. Yeah, you don't neutralize people like Stewie, right? You just try to make it tough, just like you said. You try to make everything that she does tough, and you don't give her the easy things in terms of tendencies and stuff like that. So, we don't want to give her wide open threes, even though Stewie's not shooting it great. We know she's still Stewie and that she can knock them down if you give her the opportunity to do that. Nothing easy in transition. I think Stewie gets a lot of easy things in transition. Being sharp on the ball screen stuff when they set some ball screens for her, not messing those up, being in plays there. So I think just working and making everything tough for players like her. I mean, but Sabrina's playing out of her mind as well. So we can't hone in just on one player, right? We have to do it as a collective and as a team. I mean, JJ's playing well too. So
Last time out, that seemed like the coach kind of put it inside out. You stick with that approach, going to say, practice, you can't go.
absolutely. I think we have an advantage in that area where we can get in the paint, and putting 2 feet in the paint doesn't always mean we need to score, but it puts pressure on the defense, right? It makes the defense react in a way that when we get it back out, and now we're playing more out of closeout situations rather than trying to attack one-on-one all the time. So I think we have to have a mindset of post-entry passes, but also off of our attacks, getting 2 feet in the paint, kicking it out, having the defense try to close us out, and then making the reads from there. So yes, we have to have a mentality of playing inside, outside, and then if we need to go back inside as well, whether that's back into the post or whether that's attacking again.
Which, what's the mood inside the locker room?
Mood is fine. The mood is fine. We're trying to figure out how to make small wins essentially right now. Focus on small things that we can change and that we can get better at to help us move along. I think if we can hone in on those things rather than trying to fix, 15 different things, let's fix 3 things at a time, get better at 3 things at a time. And as we continue to get better at those things, then we get it again. So right now we're fine. I think the locker room is good. I think they're focused on playing together. They're focused on getting better on those small things we're asking. I'm sorry, you need to repeat that. I didn't understand the question.
International. On the international scale, there's more interest on the WNBA.
On the WNBA. Like from players, you mean, or you mean media? For media? Oh, I think it's great. Right? There's a lot of international players in our league. There's a lot of really good international players in our league. So I think that the interest has a lot to do with seeing those players play at the highest level and with the best players in the world, and the fact that they can do that. So it just shows that, basketball is continuing to grow, not just here in the States, it's growing everywhere, because the opportunity is growing to have international players in our league because they're capable of playing in this league. You're welcome. Yeah. 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 Yeah, so AP is somebody who is super high energy. Sometimes that energy, sometimes that energy is great, and sometimes that energy can what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's contagious, right? And so I think like AP just focusing on the right thing. So the conversations that I have with her is just really just getting her to hone in and focus on the right things. I thought the last game she probably focused on the referees too much, and it kind of took her out of her game. So she wasn't as efficient as she could have been had she not been focusing on the referee. So really just getting her to focus on the right things. I think AP is somebody who wants to win. She's super competitive. And so a lot of the things come from her competitive nature. So with that competitive, you still have to have restraints within that competitive energy and that competitive nature. So our conversations are a lot about the restraints in that competitive energy, but still needed to have an attack mentality, still needed to be smart in terms of those attacks. But want her to be able to see different things, if that makes sense, Tabby.
Yes. Do you see a player like Haley Jones go, still young, having more of a leadership role, being more facilitator, as now she's the second leading assist per game player on the team with Howard out.
So ask your question again. Do I see Haley as being
A facilitator now?
Yeah, I think in general, that's part of Haley's game. She has good vision, good court vision. She sees the court pretty well in terms of, especially when her head is up, right, and she's facing it. And so I think Haley needs to continue to do that for us. Be a playmaker. I thought the last game she did a great job of looking for herself, but also looking for others as well. So I think that's just naturally part of Haley's game. And so I foresee her being able to continue that.
Thank you.
You good? All right.